Good afternoon, Year 10, and happy Friday, happy end of half term. We've made it, we've got to February, we've got to the point where we can have a genuine week off, switching off, getting away from our team's lessons and totally relaxing. I know I'm going to be doing the same. I'm literally going to be doing what I can to wind down and spend a lot of time now just chilling over the next week. So I'm ready to go when we come back the week after. Obviously this week it's been Safer Internet Week, so we've been focusing a lot of our time in tutor time this week surrounding that. I think it's really important that we continue to just sort of hammer it home with you all, because I know that the tendency is we are online a lot. We are using these social platforms a lot, so it's just a little reminder to remain safe and to look after yourselves whilst you're obviously using those type of platforms. On the back of that then, guys, so just a little wrap up, really ready for the end of term, sort of just celebrating a few things. I've got a long list of individuals that are science shout outs this week, so a few names that I'm going to sort of embarrass in a minute as I start to read those out. But overall, science have been really singing your praises, guys, and they think the engagement majority is really fantastic, and I applaud you all for that, because obviously being a scientist, I'm quite proud of that, the fact that you are engaging quite a lot in your science lessons. Okay, so as I've just touched on slightly, switching off and making sure that you spend that time over the next few days whilst you're on half term, really sort of taking time to slow it back down and remove yourself away from these screens. I know I talk about it a hell of a lot over the weeks during Friday assemblies, but I genuinely mean it, guys. The time that you spend with those loved ones that you've got at home and engaging in conversations, talking about common interests, or even doesn't have to be common, but just having a chat and making sure that you communicate really does help with your mental health. It really does help to keep yourself sort of, should we use the words, should we say happy? It boosts your happiness, doesn't it? I think over the week that you've got in half term, it'd give you a good opportunity to maybe reflect on how well you've done, give yourself a little pat on the back. What is it that you've learnt whilst we've been in this, is it our third lockdown? It is, I think. What is it that you've learnt over this period of time, and what can you sort of bring with you ready for next term? And I think it's a really good opportunity to sort of make that a bit of a priority, really, to reflect on the good practices that you've had. Have you got yourself into a really good routine? Are you getting yourself up, showered, having a good breakfast, getting ready, getting logged on, and making the most of the day? Or are you still sort of finding it difficult to get into those routines, and you're staying up later, you're getting out of bed later, and you're missing perhaps a good chunk of those first lessons because you're just feeling a bit tired? If that's the case, maybe we need to start looking at changing that ready for next term. And that's something that you need to obviously reflect on yourselves. And we're always here, as always, to give you a helping hand. I know I've been helping a couple of people privately, saying, try this, try that, because they want to get into these good routines, because it's human nature. We are very routineal individuals, especially the way that we're sort of instilled in us. So when those routines disappear, we tend to find it really difficult, and it can really mess with our mental state. So if you do need any help getting into instilling some good routines and some good habits, then look no further. I'm happy to give you some hints and tips on where to go with that. I think over this week, try not to get into a bit of a rut where you're not going out and you're not doing your exercises. I doubt Joe Wicks will still be doing his morning workouts, even if he still is, but there are plenty of things that you can do on YouTube. And I know for certain the PE department have been, smashing the YouTube channel with loads of great video follow-alongs and ways to sort of enhance your physical education as well. So if you are stuck, then maybe have a little look along there and see if there's anything that you nab and steal and put it into your own routines. Exercise doesn't have to be obviously smashing out a HIIT session or going running, although those are brilliant. You can also go for a walk, and I'll obviously discussed the fact that if you go out for a walk, make sure it's a very mindful walk and that you're being aware of your surroundings. I think now I'm just having a little scan outside. The sun is out today. You start getting this little glimmer of hope that spring is literally knocking on the door, and it's very, very close. There's loads of lovely sights that we've got outside at the moment as spring does start to appear. So I'd urge you to get out into nature. I think I talk about it all the time, don't know how much I'm a massive nature lover. And if you can sort of find these signs of springs and get some pictures taken, and you can share it amongst obviously people if you wish, and chuck them onto the Teams chat and your form chats and stuff like that if you want to. I'm always excited to see signs of nature in different areas, and obviously it's good. It's a good time of year to be going out and having a look. It's one of my favourite times of years. I love the changes in seasons, and it's I think in England we've got such definite season changes that I think we're very, very blessed. We're very grateful to be having those. So like obviously I've just said the weather's getting better. Make use of those extra hours that we're getting with the sunlight, and just get outside and breathe in the fresh air, because I know it's difficult, and we're obviously in this lockdown situation, but getting out and getting into fresh air, it just makes you feel marginally better, I think. With the fact that we're still in a lockdown, I need to just remind you all that obviously you need to remain safe at all times. Keep your distance when you are going out. Remember to keep washing your hands, wear your masks, don't touch your face, just so we're preventing still that cross of contamination, and looking after yourselves mainly. So without further ado, I'm going to now go through the long list of science shout outs. So these are the people that are turning up, they're logging into lessons, they're really engaging, perhaps bringing the rest of the group on as well, and sort of chimming in the rest of the group to try and get them engaged, perhaps smashing those end of lesson quizzes, just doing the whole sort of thing that I want as your year progress leader for you to be doing in your lessons. It's turning up and having a chat with the teacher, but also discussing what it is that you're learning. And I think that's all we can ask for, isn't it? If you're there, get involved, have a go, do your best, and everybody's happy. And surely it makes you feel really good as well, because you are engaging, and it's changing your day around a little bit. So the following people are our science aces this week. So we've got Owen Dagnall, Adam Webb, Nicole Stevens, Samara Ball, Caitlin Roberts-Scott, Sean Giastellini, Ellis Highland, Rebecca Prendergast, Frankie Crane, Grace Onyett, Dominic Griffin, Lexi Howarth, Kerry Steers, Hannah Clatworthy, Kieran Evans and Alicia Condor. So well done, guys. A little round of applause from me and obviously Miss Gordon, but a big round of applause from your science teachers. They're very, very proud of you, and it makes us feel incredibly happy. It gives us like a little boost, us teachers, when you're doing your extra bits when you're in the lessons. So without anything else really specific to say, I will wish you a fantastic week away from schooling, off your teams. Obviously, if you do need to get in contact, I won't necessarily be online all the time, but I'll check my teams if there's anything that you need to drastically contact us for. But the main thing is that you need to switch off, and you need to really relax and get away from these screens and spend some time, some quality time, not only outside, but also with your loved ones. Okay. I will be contacting the most, because it's Thursday today, so I haven't done the draw yet for the most engaged, but I will be contacting that person, and then I'll display it on our whole year group Teams chat. Can I make sure that you are keeping up with the information that's on that chat area as well, guys? That's going to be my go-to to just pop in some videos, some little words of inspiration. I've asked for the council leaders to also get involved and to help sort of keep everybody going. We have discussed obviously this idea of community and how we need to make sure that us as a community within year 10, that we're all right. So there's going to be a few things going on in the background to make sure that we're all sort of still engaging and keeping up with our community feel. Okay, so keep looking over onto that whole year team, whatever they're called. I'm not quite sure what we're calling them. Some of my classes call them just the general chat. So maybe that's what it is. I've been calling them, I don't even know what they are. But you know where I mean. I posted a video up about mindfulness yesterday. That's really worth spending about, a couple of minutes just watching over that, because it's linked to celebrities and how they use mindfulness to sort of keep their jobs going and stuff. All right. So have a fantastic week off. I shall see you all when we come back in a week, hopefully all fully relaxed, fully rested, and no injuries, injury-free. Okay, right. I shall see you all later. Take it easy, guys.